My son wanted me to sell my bookshop to fund his startup. I said no. He cut me off. Years later, a homeless girl walked in seeking a job. Her face felt familiar. "Who's your mom and how old are you?" Her answer revealed my son's shocking secret.It keeps the drama, pacing, and word count almost identical, but flows freshly for maximum engagement. Can you imagine seeing a ghost from your past, one you never knew existed, walk right into your life and completely shatter your world? Because that's exactly what happened when a homeless teenager opened the door to my bookstore, carrying a secret that would force me to confront the deepest betrayals in my own family. My name is Linda, and it all began on a Tuesday in November. It was freezing outside that day, the kind of cold that bites at your fingers, even inside. My little bookstore was quiet, too quiet. Just me, behind the counter, staring at numbers that never seemed to add up, no matter how many times I checked them. The place felt enormous, echoing with a silence that had become far too familiar since my husband, Paul, passed. Then the door chimed and she walked in. A girl, maybe 16, 17. She was thin, clearly not eating enough. Her backpack was worn, her jacket too big, jeans dirty at the knees. But something about her face, it snagged my attention. Familiar. I just couldn't place it. She lingered by the door, like she wasn't sure if she had a right to be there. Her eyes scanned the shelves, not browsing, but studying. I gave her space, went back to my ledger. She drifted to the young adult section, then literary fiction, her fingers tracing the spines. She pulled a book, opened it, read the first page right there, then carried it to poetry. She was just passing time, trying to stay warm. After 20 minutes, she finally approached the counter, the poetry book clutched to her chest. "Excuse me," she whispered, her voice so small. "Yes." I looked up. "Are you hiring?" She shifted her weight. "I need work. I'm really good with books." I put my pen down. "How old are you?" 16. The answer was quick, rehearsed. "I know I'm young, but I work hard. I can prove it." 16. "What's your name?" "Jennifer." A pause. "Jennifer Carter." "Carter." I rolled the name around in my head, but nothing clicked. "Where do you live, Jennifer?" She looked down. "There's a shelter 2 blocks over." "I've been staying there." A shelter. This kid was homeless. "You're not from around here?" "No. Upstate. I ran away from an orphanage about a year ago." An orphanage. 16 years old, and already so much behind her. "What about your parents?" She went quiet. "My mom died when I was 12. Her voice shrank to a thread. "My dad died before I was born." That's what my mom told me. She said it flat, like the words had lost all their sting from too much repetition. "I'm sorry," I said. She nodded. "Thank you." My mind was racing. "What was your mother's name?" "Amanda." She finally met my eyes. "Amanda Carter." The air left my lungs. Amanda. I didn't see this girl, not then. I saw the Amanda. Dark hair, soft voice, the one who used to come into my bookstore years ago to meet Chris, my son. She'd sit in the corner with him, reading poetry, her voice soft, while he pretended to listen. That was 16, 17 years ago. She was here all summer, then she just stopped coming. I'd asked Chris once. He just shrugged, said they broke up, she went back to her hometown. He didn't seem bothered. Just moved on. I never saw her again. Never knew what happened, until now. This girl, Jennifer Carter. 16 years old. The timeline, it fit. I looked at her again. Really, truly looked. The way she held herself, the set of her jaw. That familiar something I'd noticed when she first walked in. She reminded me of Chris when he was younger. My stomach dropped. Could she be? No. I was jumping to conclusions. Amanda was Chris's girlfriend for one summer. That meant nothing. Plenty of Jennifers. Plenty of Carters. But, 16. Amanda's daughter. And that face. I needed to think. Needed to figure this out before I did anything stupid. "Can I ask you something?" Jennifer's voice pulled me back. "Of course. Do you really have a job, or were you just being nice?" The hope, the fear underneath it. I made my decision. I have a job. You're hired if you want it. Her eyes went wide. Really? Can you start tomorrow at 9? She just stared. You don't know anything about me. I know you love books. That's enough for now. She was shaking. Just a little. I don't have references or anything. That's fine. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I came around the counter. There's a couch in the back office. It's not much, but it's warmer than a shelter. You can use it until you find something better. I can't pay you. You'll work. That's payment enough. Jennifer just stood there, processing it all. Her eyes filled. She blinked fast, trying to hide it. Thank you, she choked out. I won't let you down. I promise. I believe you. She nodded, wiped her eyes quickly. 9 tomorrow. 9. She turned to go, made it to the door, then stopped. Why are you doing this? I looked at this girl. This stranger who might not be a stranger. Because you asked, I said. And I have a job that needs doing. She nodded, didn't say anything else. Just walked out into the cold. I stood in the empty store, the accounts still spread out. The quiet Preston. Amanda Carter had a daughter. And that daughter just walked into my bookstore. I sat back down. The math was simple. Chris and Amanda, 17, maybe 16 years ago. Jennifer, 16 now. Coincidence? Or something else entirely? I didn't have proof. Just a gut feeling. And a face that screamed questions. That wasn't enough to make accusations. But tomorrow, Jennifer would be back. Tomorrow, I could start asking the right questions. Careful questions. Tonight, I just sat there in the bookstore, mine and Paul's for 40 years, now just mine. And I wondered if maybe, just maybe, I wasn't as alone as I thought. She showed up at 8:45 the next morning. I was unlocking the door when I saw her walking fast, like she was afraid I'd changed my mind. Good morning, I said. Good morning. She stopped. I'm not too early, am I? Not at all. Come on in. The store looked better in the morning light. Have you had breakfast? She hesitated. I'm fine. That meant no. There's a coffee shop next door. Go get yourself something. Tell Marco I sent you. He'll put it on my tab. I don't need. You can't work on an empty stomach. Go. I'll be here. She went. I used the time to clear Paul's old desk in the back office. Found a blanket for the couch. Jennifer returned 15 minutes later, coffee and a muffin in hand. Thank you, she said. I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it. I spent the morning training her. She learned fast, asked good questions. Do you get a lot of customers? She asked. Not like we used to. People buy books online now. That's sad. It is what it is. She ran her hand over a shelf. These are beautiful, though. You can't get this from a screen. I liked her already. By lunch, I let her handle the register. She was careful with customers, polite. She even recommended books to a woman. Later, during a slow stretch, I found her in the poetry section, notebook open, writing. What are you working on? I asked. She jumped. Nothing. Just, she closed it. Stories, I guess. It's stupid. It's not stupid. She shrugged. Books were kind of my friends when I was younger. When things got bad at home, I sat on a step stool near her. What happened at home, Jennifer? She was quiet for a long time. My mom had problems, she finally said. Drugs, mostly. It started after I was born. I don't really remember a time before it. I'm sorry. That's a lot for a kid to handle. I didn't have a choice. She looked up at me, her eyes hollow. I found her when she died. I was 12. Came home from school, and she was in the bathroom. I called 911, but she was already gone. My chest tightened. Jennifer, it's okay. It was 4 years ago. She closed her notebook. After that, it was foster care. Then the orphanage. That place was awful. Cold. They didn't care about us. We were just numbers. So you left? Yeah, last year. I turned 15 and I just walked out. Been on my own since. She said it like it was simple. Like being homeless at 15 was just another thing that happened. I understood loss. I understood loneliness. It hit me then, sitting there, Jennifer's story settling in my bones. I'd been alone too. 2 years ago, my world fell apart. Paul died. Sudden heart attack. One morning, he was just gone. We'd been married 40 years. Built this bookstore from nothing. It was ours. The funeral was small. Chris came, my son, but he stayed in the back on his phone, then left without saying much. I spent 3 months in a fog. Then Chris showed up one afternoon. He had a business plan, subscription boxes, and he needed $350,000. He wanted me to sell the bookstore. "This place barely breaks even, Mom," he'd said. "Dad's gone. You don't need to keep doing this. This store is all I have left of your father. It's a building. It's inventory. Dad wouldn't want you struggling. I'm not selling." His face changed. Got hard. "You're choosing this over helping your own son? I'm keeping what your father and I built. Dusty books over your son's future." "Got it." He stood up, grabbed his coat. "Don't expect me to be around to watch you struggle. I'm done." He left. Didn't call. Didn't visit. 2 years of silence. I lost Paul. Then I lost Chris, by his own choice. I ended up completely alone. Just like Jennifer. We both lost the people we loved. Both ended up with nobody. I looked at her, sitting there on the floor. This kid who'd survived things she shouldn't have. And I saw the timeline, clear as day. Chris and Amanda, 17 years ago. Jennifer, 16 now. Born after Amanda left. It could be nothing. Or it could be everything. I needed proof. Real proof. Before I did anything that couldn't be undone. That night, after Jennifer went to sleep on the couch in the back office, I sat at the computer upstairs. I searched for DNA tests. Found a company that did ancestry matching. Ordered 2 kits. They arrived 3 days later. Jennifer was restocking the young adult section when I brought them downstairs. "Hey," I said. "I got something kind of random." She turned. "What's that?" I held up the boxes. Ancestry DNA kits. I read this book about genetics a few weeks ago. Got me curious about my family tree. I ordered 2 by accident. "Want to try it with me?" She looked at the box. "Really? Could be fun. See where our families came from." "I don't know much about my family. Just my mom." "That's okay. It might show you something interesting." She shrugged. "Sure, why not?" We opened the kits at the counter. "Read the instructions. Swab your cheek. Seal the tube. Mail it back." Jennifer did hers first. "That's it?" she asked. "That's it." I did mine. We packaged them up, walked to the post office together. "How long does it take?" Jennifer asked. 3 weeks, maybe 4. "That's a long time. Good things take time." She smiled. The first real smile I'd seen from her. We walked back to the bookstore. 3 weeks until I'd know for sure. 3 weeks until I'd have proof. And then I'd figure out what to do about Chris. The waiting started the next morning. Jennifer showed up at 8:30 with 2 coffees from Marco's. Set one in front of me. "Thought I'd return the favor," she said. It became our routine. Morning coffee. Her behind the register while I unpacked new inventory. Lunch shared in the back office. Her asking questions about books I'd loved. Me learning bits and pieces about who she was. The first week passed slow. Each day I watched her, looking for more signs, more proof beyond a familiar face and a timeline that fit. She worked hard, never complained, never showed up late. On Thursday, I found her in the poetry section, reading during her break. The same spot as that first day. "Find something good?" I asked. She held up the book. "Mary Oliver." "My mom used to read poetry," she said. "When I was little, before things got bad." I sat on the step stool. "What was she like before?" Jennifer's face softened. "She was good. Really good. She'd make up voices for different characters when she read to me. She loved books almost as much as I do." A small smile. "Almost. I might love them more." "What happened to her?" "I mean, what changed?" Jennifer closed the book, ran her finger along the spine. "I think she was sad. My whole life, probably. Her parents kicked her out when she got pregnant. She was 20. She tried to make it work, but I don't think she ever stopped being heartbroken about it. 20. The same age Amanda was when Chris dated her. The drugs started when you were young?" "Yeah. I remember being maybe 5 or 6, finding needles, not knowing what they were." She paused. By the time I was 10, I was the one taking care of her. That's too much for a kid. I didn't have a choice. She opened the book again, staring without reading. But there were good days. Days when she'd be clean for a week, sometimes two. She'd take me to the library. We'd check out stacks of books. She'd read poetry to me at night. What kind? All kinds. Neruda, Dickinson, Frost. She had this old collection. Torn cover, pages falling out. She gave it to me right before Jennifer stopped. Right before things got really bad. Told me to keep it safe. Do you still have it? She nodded, reached into her backpack, and pulled out a small, battered book. The cover was held together with tape, pages yellowed and bent. I carried it with me everywhere. On the streets. In the shelters. It's the only thing I have from her. She handed it to me. I opened it carefully. Inside the front cover, written in faded ink, "For my Jennifer, love finds a way." Mom. My throat tightened. This is beautiful. Jennifer took the book back, held it close. Sometimes I read it and try to remember her voice. The way she'd emphasize certain words, make them sound like music. Is that why you write? To remember her? Kind of. She put the book away. I write the version of her I wish I'd had. The mom who stayed clean, who took care of me instead of the other way around. It's stupid. It's not stupid. It's survival. She looked at me. That's exactly what it is. The second week, Jennifer suggested we reorganize the young adult section. It's popular right now, she said. If we move it to the front window, more people might come in. She was right. We spent 2 days rearranging. She made little handwritten signs, recommendations for different age groups. Within 3 days, we'd sold more young adult books than we had all month. You're good at this, I told her. She shrugged. I just know. What I would have wanted when I was younger. A place that felt like it was for me. On Wednesday, an older couple came in looking for a book club recommendation. Jennifer suggested a few titles, explaining why each would work. They bought 3 books and asked if we hosted book clubs. Not currently, I said. After they left, Jennifer turned to me. Could we host a book club? You want to run it? I could try. Once a month. Really? Really. She threw herself into planning, made flyers. By Friday, 6 people had signed up. I watched her with customers that week. She had a way with people, made them feel seen. An older man came in, looking for something for his grandson. Jennifer spent 20 minutes with him, pulling books, explaining. You remind me of my daughter, he said when he left. She used to love books like this. Jennifer smiled, but after he left, she got quiet. You okay? I asked. Yeah. She restocked a shelf. It's just weird. People being nice. You're not used to it. On the streets, you learn pretty fast who to trust. Most people look through you like you're not there. She paused. In the shelters, it's worse. Everyone's so angry, so tired. You keep your head down. What was the worst part? She thought about it. The fear, I guess. Never knowing if someone was going to hurt you. Take your stuff. I slept in doorways sometimes. Library bathrooms. Anywhere that felt safe for a few hours. How did you survive? I was careful. Stayed in public places during the day. Avoided certain streets at night. She looked at me. I got lucky mostly. Could have been a lot worse. The third week, Jennifer asked me something I wasn't expecting. Why are you doing this? We were closing up, counting the register. Doing what? Helping me. Letting me stay here. You don't know me. I'm getting to know you. But why? Most people would have said no. Sent me back to the shelter. I stopped counting, looked at her. Do you want the truth? Always. I was alone for a long time before you walked in here. This store felt empty. I felt empty. I folded a $20 bill, added it to the stack. You reminded me what this place was supposed to be. A place where people who love books can find each other. She was quiet for a moment. I keep waiting for you to change your mind. Tell me to leave. I'm not going to do that. People always leave. Or I leave. That's how it works. Not this time. She nodded, didn't look convinced. That weekend, I started checking the DNA website multiple times a day, refreshing my email every 15 minutes. The results posted on a Monday morning. 3 weeks and 2 days after we'd mailed the samples. I saw the notification on my phone while Jennifer was restocking the mystery section. My hands shook as I opened my laptop. There it was. Clear as day. Granddaughter match, Jennifer Carter. I stared at the screen. Read it again. And again. She was Chris's daughter. I printed the results. My printer jammed twice before it worked. Jennifer. My voice sounded strange. She came around the corner. Yeah, can you come here for a second? She walked over, saw my face. What's wrong? The DNA results are in. Oh. She brightened. What did we get? I pulled up the website, turned the laptop toward her. Look at this. She leaned in. Read the screen. Her face changed. Confused first, then shocked. Grandmother match. She looked at me. I don't understand. How is this possible? I took a breath. I have a son. His name is Chris. He's 38. She stared. 17 years ago, he dated your mother, Amanda Carter. That summer, she used to come here to meet him. Then she left. Went back to her hometown. I never saw her again. Jennifer's mouth opened, then closed. You're saying he's my father? But my mom said he was dead. She lied. Probably to protect you. Jennifer sat down hard in the desk chair. I have a father. Yes. He's alive. She looked up at me, tears in her eyes. Do you think he knows about me? I don't know. But I'm going to find out. Soon. I need to talk to him first before. What if he doesn't want me? The fear in her voice, the hope underneath it. Then he's a fool, I said. And you still have me. She wiped her eyes, looked at the screen again. We're really family? We're really family. She started crying then. Real crying. The kind that comes from somewhere deep. I put my arms around her and let her cry into my shoulder. My granddaughter. I had a granddaughter. That afternoon, I waited until Jennifer went to lunch before I made the call. My phone sat on the counter. Chris's number still saved. 2 years since I'd used it. I picked it up, put it down, picked it up again. What was I supposed to say? Your daughter is here. The one you didn't know existed. Actually, maybe you did know. Maybe you knew and never cared. I dialed before I could talk myself out of it. It rang 4 times. I almost hung up. Mom? His voice, same as always. Impatient. Chris, I need you to come to the bookstore. Silence. Why? I need to talk to you about something. In person. I'm busy. It's important. So tell me now. I gripped the phone. Do you remember Amanda Carter? Another silence. Longer this time. What? Amanda Carter? You dated her 17 years ago. Why are you bringing her up? He stopped. Just come to the bookstore. Today, if you can. Mom, I don't have time for make time. My voice came out harder than I meant. This isn't something we can do over the phone. He sighed, heavy and annoyed. Fine. I can be there at 4. For works. He hung up without saying goodbye. I stood there, holding the phone, my hands shaking. Jennifer came back 20 minutes later with a sandwich. You okay? She asked. You look pale. I called him. She set the sandwich down. And he's coming at 4. Her face went through about 10 emotions at once. Hope, fear, excitement, dread. Should I be here? She asked. Maybe stay in the back office. Let me talk to him first. What if he's happy? What if he wants to meet me? The hope in her voice killed me. Let's just see what he says. For a clock came too fast and not fast enough. Jennifer disappeared into the back office 15 minutes early. I heard her pacing, the floor creaking. At 4:03, Chris walked in. He looked the same. Same haircut. Same expensive jacket. He glanced around the store like he was seeing a stranger's business, not the place he grew up in. Mom. A nod, not a hug. Chris, thanks for coming. You said it was important. He stayed near the door. So, what's this about Amanda Carter? I locked the front door, flipped the sign to closed. We should sit. I'd rather stand. Fine. We'd do it his way. Amanda had a daughter, I said. 16 years old. Her name is Jennifer. His face didn't change. Okay. And she's your daughter. His face changed then. That's not possible. It is possible. It's true. Amanda and I broke up. She left. She left because she was pregnant. With your baby. Chris shook his head. No. She would have told me. Would she? Or would she have been too scared to hurt? He looked away, jaw tight. This is insane. I pulled the DNA results from under the counter, unfolded them, set them in front of him. These are DNA test results. Jennifer took one. I took one. She's my granddaughter, which makes her your daughter. He stared at the paper. I watched his eyes move across the words, the numbers, the match percentage. Where did you get this? Does it matter? You tested some random kid without telling me. She's not some random kid. She's Amanda's daughter. Your daughter. Chris pushed the paper away. I don't believe this. The science doesn't lie. Then it's wrong. Labs make mistakes. Chris, no. He stepped back. Why are you even telling me this? The coldness in his voice, like we were talking about a stranger, not his own child. Because she deserves to know her father, I said. Amanda died 4 years ago. Overdose. Jennifer was 12. She's been in foster care and orphanage. She ran away last year. She's been homeless. Nothing. No reaction at all. She's 16 years old, I continued. And she's been through hell. The least you can do is meet her. I don't want to be a father. He said it flat. Simple. Like it was obvious. My stomach turned. What? I never wanted kids. I made that clear back then. You told Amanda that? Yeah. When she started talking about the future, I told her I wasn't interested. That's probably why she left. He said it like it was reasonable. Like abandoning a pregnant woman was just a difference of opinion. So you knew. I said. You knew she was pregnant? Yeah, she told me. I told her I didn't want anything to do with it. I was clear about that. That's why she left before I had to deal with it. Deal with it. Like Jennifer was a problem to solve. She's a person, Chris. A kid. Your kid. I have my own life. He crossed his arms. I'm not doing this. You won't even meet her? No. She's right here in this store, working for me. His eyes flicked toward the back, then back to me. I don't care. How can you say that? Because it's the truth. He grabbed his keys. Find someone else to guilt trip, Mom. I'm not interested in playing happy family. This isn't about playing anything. This is about a girl who deserves, what? A father who doesn't want her? That'll be great for everyone. You're unbelievable. No, I'm honest. He turned toward the door. Amanda made her choice. She had the kid. That was on her, not me. Don't contact me about this again. He unlocked the door, walked out, didn't look back. I stood there in the empty store, the DNA results still on the counter, the silence pressing down. That was it. That was my son. I heard the back office door open, footsteps on the old floor. Jennifer appeared in the doorway. Her face told me she'd heard everything. He doesn't want me, she said. Not a question. Jennifer, it's okay. She wiped her eyes fast. It's not okay. He should want me. He should have. It's fine. Her voice cracked. I'm used to it. I came around the counter, pulled her into a hug. She cried quietly. The kind of crying you do when you're trying not to bother anyone. I'm sorry, I said. I'm so sorry you had to hear that. You were right. You were right about everything. I wish I'd been wrong. I really thought she couldn't finish. I know. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. You wanted a father. That's human. He never cared. No, he didn't. We stood there in the bookstore, just the two of us. The only family either of us needed. Thank you, Jennifer said finally. For what? For saving me from making a huge mistake. That's what family does. She pulled back, wiped her eyes. I love you. I love you too. Outside, the streetlights came on. The world kept turning. But inside William's bookstore, we had everything we needed. A year passed. We didn't hear from Chris. Not a word. Jennifer blocked his number, blocked his social media. He was gone from our lives like he'd never been there at all. Good riddance. Jennifer's third novel hit the bestseller lists that spring. Not just the small ones, the big ones. The New York Times, USA Today. Her face on displays in bookstores across the country. We celebrated with takeout Chinese food in the apartment, just the two of us, the way we liked it. This is insane, Jennifer said, scrolling through her phone. People are actually reading my book. Of course they are. It's brilliant. She smiled, set the phone down. I'm working on something new. Another novel. A memoir about us. About the bookstore. About finding family when you least expect it. My throat tightened. Yeah, if that's okay with you. More than okay. She started therapy that summer, twice a week, working through the abandonment, the rejection, all the years of hurt. It helps, she told me once, talking about it. Good. That's good. William's bookstore kept thriving. We hosted more events, book clubs, author readings. Young writers started showing up, kids from foster care, teenagers who'd aged out of the system, people who reminded me of Jennifer at 16. She mentored them, sat with them in the poetry section, read their work, told them they had talent, gave them hope. You're good at this, I told her. I remember what it felt like, having no one believe in you. At 76, I was still running the store. My hair had gone completely gray, my hands ached in the mornings, but I showed up every day, opened the doors, made the coffee. Jennifer had moved into her own apartment a few blocks away. She decorated it with books, framed covers of her novels on the walls. But she came to the bookstore every morning. We still had our coffee together, still talked about books, still lived the rhythms we'd built over 12 years. Her fourth book came out in the fall. I opened it to the dedication page, to Linda, who gave me home, family, and stories. I cried right there at the counter. Didn't even try to hide it. By December, we were planning the Christmas event. Jennifer's latest novel, a reading and signing. We decorated the store. Lights in the windows, garland on the shelves. It looked like something from a movie. The night of the event, people packed the place. Standing room only. Customers I'd known for years. New faces who discovered us online. Young writers Jennifer had mentored. Friends from her writing community. Jennifer stood at the front, read from chapter 3, her voice clear and strong. I stood in the back and watched her. This girl who'd walked in 12 years ago with nothing but a worn backpack and desperate hope, now standing in front of 50 people, reading her own words. She'd built this. Her career. Her life. Her confidence. After everyone left, we cleaned up, stacked chairs, swept the floor. I made tea in the back office, brought out 2 cups. We sat in the reading chairs by the window, the street outside dark, except for the streetlights. The store warm and quiet around us. I never thanked you properly, Jennifer said. For what? For that day when I walked in here. You didn't have to hire me. You didn't have to care. I saw you. That's all. Most people don't see homeless kids. They look away. Well, I'm glad I didn't. Well, me too. She sipped her tea. This store was dying when you got here, you know? I barely had customers. You saved me too, I said. We sat in comfortable silence, the kind that only comes from years of knowing someone, of building a life together one day at a time. Jennifer laughed suddenly, something she'd read on her phone. The sound filled the store, bounced off the shelves, warmed the corners that used to feel so cold. I looked around at the books, at the lights in the window, at this girl who'd become a woman, who'd become my family. 12 years ago, I'd been alone, grieving, going through the motions. Then a girl walked in asking for a job, and everything changed. Not because of grand gestures or dramatic moments, but because of coffee in the mornings, books shared in the afternoons, dinner conversations that stretched into evening. Small kindnesses that built into something unbreakable. Chris never understood that. He'd been looking for something big, something profitable, something impressive. He'd missed what was right in front of him. His loss. Jennifer set her cup down. I should head home. Early morning tomorrow. Okay. She hugged me at the door. Love you. Love you too. She walked out into the December cold. I watched through the window until she turned the corner. Safe. I locked up, turned off most of the lights, left the window display glowing. Upstairs, the apartment was quiet. But not lonely anymore. Never lonely. I made myself another cup of tea, sat at the kitchen table, looked at the framed photo Jennifer had given me last Christmas. The 2 of us in the bookstore, both smiling. My granddaughter. My family. Tomorrow, she'd be back. We'd have our coffee, talk about books, serve customers. Live our ordinary, extraordinary life. What about you? Have you ever had to choose between a blood relative and doing what felt truly right in your heart? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.